Oh, hello. Welcome. Welcome back to the tiny garden balcony here in Darwin. Today I'm going to be pruning my tomato plants. I'm going to have to bring them up onto here to show you because they've grown quite tall and it's a whole mess down there. But yeah, I'm just gonna grab my little scissors, which I got from my kitchen. They're not proper pruning utensils, but who cares? Yeah, so let's get into it. Here they are. They don't even all fit on the screen. So I'm gonna have to adjust the camera a little bit. And I'm gonna have to stand on this probably. We are gonna lose some height today, and we are gonna pick these beautiful red tomatoes. I think I've got 8 of them. One of them's not quite ready yet up here. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This tiny little one. Some of them are in mid-flower at the moment. So I've been coming along every morning when I've been watering them and just giving the flowers a little tap just to disperse some of their pollen around. So, you know, they grow and stuff. But I'm really, really happy with the ones that have grown. Earlier on in the year, we didn't have that many growing on there, and I just assumed that I was terrible at this and that I should give up. But I'm glad I stuck around with it because I trimmed them back so far that they looked awful. But that was the secret to growing all of these other ones. So here we go. I'm actually gonna go get a plate to put my little tomatoes on, and then I'm gonna go ahead and give this such a shave back. It's gonna look brutal, but it's good for it in the long run. There's also so much conflicting information about how you should prune them, what you should do, what you definitely shouldn't do. And it turns out, as per, I'm always doing something wrong, but here we go. I'm gonna go get a plate. Okay, this is kind of an emotional thing for me. I also don't know what to make with 8 tomatoes. I don't want these little guys to go to waste and all of their energy and all the goodness that they've given me. But if you've got any ideas of what to make with them, please let me know. There's the first one. It's got this kind of membrane stuck to it. I think this is from the original flower. I'll just show you. Now, I haven't used anything fancy on these. This is just constant sunlight, daily watering. The compost came with a whole load of, I believe, fertilizer in it. Always, always, always using Osmocote, Scott's. And I think it's, I don't know. It's got some stuff in it that helps it grow. But let's commence with the picking of the beautiful tomatoes. And last but not least, this little baby. Oh, he didn't want to come off. You're so tiny and cute. But here's my harvest. I don't know if you can see. Right, so all the advice online is to cut the suckers. Now, I don't know if you can see, this is a whole mess up here. I don't even know which plant's which anymore. They've entwined so much. They obviously love each other. I'm going to try and find you a good example of so actually I'll just give you a little explanation. So these ones sticking out that have got the quite rounded leaves feel kind of velvety. These are sun leaves. I didn't know that till this afternoon. And I'm not sure if you can see, I'll just move all that out of the way, but this one coming off of it at a 45-degree angle, this is called a sucker. And sometimes suckers are good, and sometimes we don't need them at all because they suck the life and the energy out of all of the other plant, and we want the plant to fruit. That's the ultimate goal. So I'm just gonna go in and see what I can salvage for this gorgeous plant. So I had a sucker down here at the bottom that just grew up and up and up, and it's produced some good fruit itself. Now I've removed that fruit. I might not need this one anymore. Right. Just gonna go in. Wish me luck.
Tiny tomato factory on my balcony. Pruning the vine like it's serious economy. Tomatoes for tiny people, that's the plan. Small scale farming, but I'm still the man. I can make a dollop of ketchup, nothing more. Worked all season for a teaspoon. From the store, there's a fairy on my balcony garden. Can't you see? Yeah, that fairy is me.
So I've taken some height off of them because these tomatoes are what's called intermediate, which means they will just continue to grow and grow and grow. They're a vine, so they search for like a way to keep growing up and out. And if you don't sort of trim them back, then they'll just keep growing and growing until like you can't really do much with them. Not on this space anyway. I know that there's like other varieties of tomato plants. I don't know if they're called dwarf tomatoes or what. But with these ones that we've cut off, especially the sucker ones, I am going to propagate these ones because I didn't know that you could do that. But tomato plants are totipotent. I think I've said that right. I could be very wrong. And that just means all the cells can turn into any other cell that it needs. So I'll show you as well. I'm going to propagate them. And yeah, so all the cells turn into any other cells that it needs. So down here where I've just cut, all the cells will activate and be like, right, we need to do something. So when I've trimmed this one back, oh, okay, here's an example of another sucker as well. So that's a sun leaf here, and that's a sucker. And we just go pop. There's nothing I can do with this one, so that's just going in the garbaggio. But this hopefully will make a nice little new tomato plant. And as you can see, it's flowering already. So hopefully I haven't ruined that. We'll see in a few weeks. Now I'm just going to thin these out. There's some craziness happening down here.
I'm thinning my tomatoes like a ruthless little boss. Snip, snip, sorry babies, every stem must take a loss. I tell myself it's gardening, not a tiny plant crime spree, but somehow every cut feels personal to me.
Have you ever tasted a proper tomato? Like one straight from a field? Not these horrible industrial pure water tomatoes that don't have any taste. These might be really small, but I swear these pack so much more taste. It reminds me of when I was a kid, how food used to taste. And the lack of any flavour now, but I'll let you know how these ones taste. Or better yet, grow your own. I do the bare minimum with these and they just flourish. The fruiting's only really seemed to happen in the last, I'd say about 5 months or so. And that was my biggest harvest, all 2, 4, 6, 7 of them. And there's another one up here. I'm gonna let him turn red first, and then who knows, what can I do with that micro tomato? But if you got any ideas of what to do with these little bad boys, I'm so proud of them, then let me know. Otherwise, it's just gonna be, they're gonna be just added to a salad. Or I'll use the seeds to plant another one. In fact, I think I'm gonna do that. Now we've got one coming out the ground down here. I think I'm gonna keep this one for now and just see what happens with it. You know, you tomato purists out there might think I'm mad, but you know, let's see what happens. How many tomato plants can I get from one tomato plant? These are Roma tomatoes, by the way. That's why they look like, I don't know, like tulips or something. They like grow long instead of round.
I'm thinning out tomatoes like a cold-blooded queen. Snip, snip, tough shit, not every leaf stays green. This tiny plant looks innocent, but gardening gets grim. One overcrowded tomato jungle, and I'm trimming that shit slim.
Some of them you can just pull off. Easy as that. In fact, it's probably less damaging to the plant if you pull these weaker ones just off with your fingers. Because if you go in there and like chop, 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 you might gnarl it up a little bit. And then because especially in the humid Darwin climate, that might create like access for disease to creep in up the whole stem. And we don't want that. We want beautiful, healthy little tomato plants. I think they just look so good. So like velvety. Velvety and smooth leaves. I rub them on my lips. They don't smell like anything.
I'm thinning out tomatoes like I've got a master plan. But honestly, I'm winging it and doing what I can. Snip this, snip that, act like I'm a pro. Meanwhile, I'm just guessing where the hell the branches go. I'm a noob on my balcony, trying not to kill this stuff. Every cut feels wrong, this gardening shit is rough. If the plant stays breathing, I'll call it skill somehow. But right now it's chaos with scissors in the now.
All right, I think I'm just gonna leave it at that because I'm actually worried that I'm doing more harm than good because, like I say, I don't know what I'm doing. Some of them have a little bit of sun damage on the leaves, so I might just like chop them ones off because they're of use to nobody. Off you pop. Where are the other ones? Down here. Off you pop, my friend. Sorry. Sorry. And here. These ones have been right up against the balcony. Sorry, dudes. I did read that you can make a salad with tomato plant leaves. I'm not that daring just yet. We'll see, we'll see. I just want survival. I just want you to reach your full potential. This one's starting to turn a little bit orange. So that might be ripe for picking in a few days, and then I'll be back to a bare plant. And I don't like that. I've really enjoyed watching these come in colour. The noise is nice too. Okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna just leave it at that. And pop it back down. I'm gonna give it a good watering later after I've done all of this Hoopa Loopa with these thingamabobs. I just feel like I could do more. But I don't want to create any more fuss. I'm gonna just strap this one in. Just shove that through there. Make it. No, that's not good. No, Katie, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Come back out. Oh! Let's get a thingamabob. Just trying to try and manipulate it to go a little bit straighter. That looks a little bit better, but still, whatevs. Ah, crap. Just nearly kicked my non-progressive chili seeds over. They've been such a disappointment. It's probably me, I know, but whatevs. That's too small as well. All right, I've got 1, 2, 3. 4 and 5. Yeah. And all these can go in here. Oh, do you know what? We've got 6. All right, I'm just gonna give this one a go too. Let's see and hope and pray for the best. Now, I have watched with these ones, once you put them in, you've got to keep them moist. And I mean like moist for about 2 to 3 weeks. So them roots get an idea of what to do to start growing and growing out and feeding on the nutrients. If you know any other bits of advice about them, then please let me know. I'll cut it right back and cut off a fair amount of the leaves to put all of the energy in this plant just into sprouting some roots. And then, in you go, my friend.
I'm repotting tomato cuttings in a tray. No idea what I'm doing, but fuck it, that's okay. Snip a branch, add some water, shove this dude into soil. Call it plant propagation like it isn't blind turmoil. Google says be patient, I say let's just wait and see. Balcony botanists with fake authority. If they root, I'm a genius. That's the story I will tell. If they die, it was a lesson, and a shitty one as well.
So I'm gonna give these a water, and I mean an absolute drenching. So they settle into their new environment. And yeah, like I said, I learned that they need consistent watering for 2 to 3 weeks. And then hopefully they'll start to like grow roots themselves and become beautiful little tomato plants of their own accord. All from this one seed I planted about 6 months ago. Yeah. No, I was wrong. I haven't finished. I'm going to give them a healthy dose of this tomato and vegetable and herb controlled release fertilizer. I actually last did this before I went to Cairns, so that was at the middle of November. So they're probably due another little sprinkle now. So 6 months feeding, but meh. Nellie's got a belly full of water now. This is what they look like, just little pellets. And I'm just gonna take like a tablespoon and then just scatter it all over the top layer of soil and then water it in.
I feed my plants with fertilizer like I know my shit. Sprinkle little magic crumbs and hope they're into it. One scoop too much and now I'm stressing like a fool, trying not to turn my balcony into a toxic pool.
Now I'm just gonna let all that settle in and give them a good water with Nellie with the big belly.
I water all my plants with Nellie now. My little pink elephant, take a bow. She pours it slow. I act like I'm a pro, like I've cracked the code on how to make things grow. The plant still lives, so I'll call that a win for someone who's been guessing from the very beginning. So cheers to Nellie, star of this whole show. That's balcony farming. Now let's see how far this goes.